We're continuing with our series on today, and today's lesson is called Remarkable. In Luke 5, we read about a man being paralyzed. You probably know the story. The friends of the paralyzed man brought him on a cot or a mat, and there was such a crowd they couldn't get to Jesus, so they cut a hole in the roof and lowered the man right into the presence of the healer. And the story says when Jesus saw their faith, he told the man on the cot that his sins were forgiven. Now that's not what the friends brought the man to Jesus for. They wanted Jesus to heal him, and Jesus first spoke to the deepest need of the man, and that was for forgiveness. Of course, the religious people in the crowd criticized Jesus for trying to be like God, not realizing he was God in the flesh. And Jesus turned and posed a question to them. Why are you thinking these things? Is it easier to say your sins are forgiven or to get up and walk? And then he turned to the man and he told him to take up his mat and go home. The guy stood up and took what he was laying on and went home. Then comes the response from those around. They were amazed, filled with awe, and they said, "We've seen remarkable things today." Now my question to all of us is, when is the last time we were amazed, filled with awe, and saw remarkable things? Should it be a today experience every single day? Maybe it should. What do you think amazed them? Well, maybe the hole in the roof, the faith of the friends, Jesus rerouting the friends' prayer, the lame man getting up. And what do you think filled them with awe? Well, by definition, awe is reverential respect with wonder. They saw Jesus forgive sins and heal a man. Could he do this? Both of these as well? And could they do it for them? So Jesus silenced his accusers so that people stood in awe. Well, what remarkable things did they see? Remarkable means worthy of attention and striking. I think if I were in a crowd and saw a hole open in a roof and a man let down on a cot being healed, but asking for healing, but then forgiveness being granted, a row about to start. I learned that word watching British shows. It's a skirmish. And Jesus quieting those starting all of this by healing that man, which is what everyone was waiting for. Then there's the curiosity of the man being told to take his cot with him. He totally could have left the mat, walked away. The friends could have tossed it and been done with it. I think I would have called all of that remarkable. That mat identified the man and labeled him as helpless and in need of others to carry him. It was the place on which he had laid and been unable to move his entire life. And to take that which he laid upon and to now carry it on his shoulders was to show that he was a new man, no longer identified by that mat, and the mat was now being carried by the man that used to be carried on it. So what does all that have to do with the topic of today? Well, the people observed all of these things and they were amazed, they were in awe, and they saw remarkable things today, the story says. I'll share with you my today, just yesterday, one day in the life, and I'm analyzing it as I write this lesson. I'm looking for amazing, awe, and remarkable. I woke up to another sunrise, another breath, my feet walked and my voice spoke, and I had food in the fridge and I could see all of it in color. All of that before 7 a.m. Amazing grace that granted me another breath and another day to live today. We can be amazed from the moment we open our eyes in the morning. Now, I'll confess that my mind at first thought of the worries of yesterday and the fears of tomorrow, because a lot has been going on in my life. And I could have wallowed there all day, missing the amazing gift of today. So let me move on to awe, that reverential respect and wonder. This might be what's missing from most of our todays, but I began to pray for some friends. I began to sing a little tune of faith. Lord, show them your face, and may they be amazed by your grace. And just that fact that we're invited to pray, to talk to God, that he listens and moves mountains because of our faith, that's awesome. The ability to pray and lay down our burdens and our thoughts and our cares and cast them to him, the God of the universe. He cares about everything that concerns us and invites us to walk free of them in peace while he carries our burdens for us. If we begin our days in his presence and we begin our days in prayer and do nothing else but this, the privilege of both, that one act of obedience is nothing short of awesome every single day. And finally, the remarkable. Think about that story again. Maybe the people were shaking their heads at the hole in the roof. The bravery and audacity of these friends, the love to lower their friend to the lap of Jesus. Maybe they were at first afraid when the leaders started questioning, thinking a riot might break out. But Jesus' response brought action to heal a lame man. Then to see that man identified as useless by society get up and roll up his mat, the heads were certainly shaking that day as people went to their homes. This kind of event would last in the memory for a lifetime. So I thought about my day and if anything remarkable happened, worthy of attention and striking. It was a Friday when I cleaned the house, catch up on work. We were preparing to have the kids over. Nothing remarkable about that plan, a normal every day, or was it? Well, I forgot to get bread in my grocery order, the main ingredient of the meal that night, sandwiches. I remembered at the last minute and ran to the store and found it, along with a cute treat for the kids. Was that remarkable, worthy of attention and striking? Well, I think it was, because Jesus provides things like that for me constantly. Finding what I need when I'm shopping, being reminded of things at the last minute, discovering treats. I think it's quite remarkable how he guides our day and tends to what concerns us and leads us and takes situations that might cause panic and speaks peace. Quite remarkable. So my question is to all of us is, what is remarkable, full of awe, and amazing in your day to day? So before your head hits the pillow tonight or when you wake tomorrow, think about those 3 things and fill in the blanks. Nothing is too big or too small to be noticed and applauded when we live every single day with him.